Welcome to Gosford viewers. I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Thanks for coming in. I think the theme at the moment is that you're going to have haters. You're going to have people that aren't going to understand you. They don't want to understand you, particularly if you're not going with their train of thought. You'll have objectors, people that will play, they don't understand what you're saying, and that doesn't matter. That's each to their own. Everyone's allowed to be and do what they want. And you need to be able to know that that's part of the reason why you're possibly a lone wolf. You help the people that come across your path, and you inspire people that are around you, and you get inspired by the right people. Then there's just going to be people that won't get you. They won't understand you. They won't be able to work in with you. And that's okay. You just move on from that, you learn from that, you go, oh well. You don't end up like that shopping cart. And many of you people have put yourself in positions where you're just marooned. No. Learn from what life does to you. Test fast, fail fast, and adjust fast. That's all you have to do. Go through the feelings and the effects of what relationships and that can do to you. By the time you're 30, 40, 50, you should be able to understand that most things aren't going to go the way that you need, and that you need to be able to be individualized enough to make sure that your course is accurate. If you're fortunate enough to have met somebody that does do life properly and fairly, then without interferences and other things that are going to sabotage it, then you're fortunate and you want to look after that and protect it. But for the masses now, with all the dysfunction and different views and social media and how it corrupts people and all the options and things like that, there's skewed ideas. There's a lot of people that just cannot get their life together, and they're not going to like those that have. They're not going to like those that made the effort, those that did it hard, those that went, no, I'm not going to do it. The black sheep are never going to be fully accepted. Anybody can be an addict, anybody can smoke a cigarette, anybody can go and get drunk, anybody can have, careless sex, anybody can have a casual hookup, but the consequences of that are profound, and people don't want to look at the consequences. They don't want to talk about how they idolized somebody that just wasn't meant to be with them, and their devotion and faithfulness and loyalty blinded them from the reality of the situation they were in. Here he comes. Look at that. There he is. Being a person that dealt with cult members for decades, and they're the hardest people to try and rehabilitate because they handed over the intimate part of themselves to a lie. And they remain, for most part, traumatized for the rest of their life. And they get probably the most important part of their spiritual life, God, has been miscued for them by wrong beliefs and putting devotion and loyalty and trust in lies. Lies. People will lie. Cults will lie. That's the danger of cults. Cults can persuade you to be so devoted that you'll drink poison. And not just one at a time, thousands. We saw that with Jonestown, and that's a overt view of what covertly is going on underneath. This is happening in relationships. People are making their relationship cult-like. And they know something's wrong. They know that they're not getting the fairness that a relationship deserves by their input and by their reception. But they remain devoted and loyal. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Then you've got all the interference issues and family issues and dysfunctional interferers that come in and just cannot stand mummy or daddy or the son or the daughter being loved by someone outside the family, and they'll do everything they can to sabotage and wreck it. Everything. I mean, you have no idea the lengths that these people go to, and then the family member being the problem for the relationship becomes from the answer for the person that you're in the relationship with, because they're intimately enmeshed. So they just rescend back to where they come from, and you're left standing there scratching your head going, what was that all about? What the hell? That's like hillbilly. That movie, The Deliverance type stuff, where people are just jumping out of the forest and hurting and harming people. They're jumping out of the family, hurting and harming the relationship for no valid reason at all. This is going on all over the place. But you've got to understand that for the most part, the product within that family, the formation in that family is the whole family. Just because you're with someone doesn't make them an exempt or an exception. They've all been formulated to the name of that family. The black sheep won't be there. The black sheep will leave. He won't or she won't continue on with the values and things of that group, particularly if there's drugs and alcohol and all the trouble and health issues and harm and trauma that comes with that just within itself. Dog's gone. Come on, mate. You mix drugs with then dysfunctional attitudes and aptitudes and enmeshments and victim mentalities. See, 2023, as far as I'm concerned, has been the year of the victim predator. They start off the victim, but they end up the predator. And that's it. Where's this dog gone, viewers? Hank! Oh, you're there. Come on. Come on, mate. Come on. Quick. So, come on, mate. Quick. It's complicated. But you have to be fierce. You have to be clear-minded and steadfast. And when things start going askew, you can show tolerance and try and talk it out and confront the issue. But if there's no change and it's gone on for months and months, and in one case, all of a sudden, you're being treated like crap by these family members, and then all of a sudden, we're just all going to go to a family get. No. You're dealing with a pack of fools. Disrespectful fools. And by this time, you're saying to yourself, man, I don't belong here. I just don't belong here. And that's probably why you're a lone ranger, a lone wolf. You see things and deal with things differently to others. You don't put up with it where others would. And you'll be judged for that. You'll be judged for your individuality, for your strength, for your willingness to stand alone and go, no, I'm not tolerating that rubbish. You people should be more developed than that. No. And they just rescind back to their dysfunctions and habits and addictions and religion or whatever else it's going to be. It's going to be something. Their enmeshments. And you go, oh, well, here, another one of these instances. You have to know who you are, what your values are, how far you're going to tolerate things, what it is that's actually going on and where the trouble is. And if these people aren't going to resolve what needs to be resolved, detach, jettison, like a rocket leaving the empty fuel cartridge behind and keep charging forward. They'll just go back to what they were doing before you come along. And you saw what that was like. You go on doing what you were doing before they come along. And better. And if they're willing to learn from the lessons that they got from you, that's up to them. And if not, too bad, that's on them. But you have to be fierce. And you have to know what's best for your psyche, for your person, for your health and for your welfare, mental and physical and emotional, and stand on it and protect it. Life's too short. It really is. It's short. I stood here at the age of 7. I'm now 57. That's 50 years. Gone. You cannot waste time. You have to get it right. And God bless you all. God bless you. Like, you've still got to bless your enemies. Just because you feel you've fallen out with these people and you're calling it for what it is, you're exposing it, that's not wrong. It gives everybody the opportunity to say, we're not going to let this happen again. We're going to do better. We lost. The object in life is to win. Win fairly and squarely for the benefit of everyone, not for the dysfunctions of people that haven't done the work. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Gosford, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Bye for now.